Hello, hi guys. So I'm Jitendra Vaswani from Bloggers Idea. So today I'm with founder of CEO and co-founder of Digital Vidya, Pradeep Chopra. So Pradeep, please introduce yourself to my audience.
Okay, so great Jitendra, pleasure to be here. And so I run Digital Vidya, which is a digital marketing education firm. And along with my partner Kapil, we started this 6.5 years back. And I really love, imparting digital marketing education for the growth of professionals, entrepreneurs, students. And it has been a great journey. Really happy to be interviewed about sharing our journey. Looking forward to it, Jitendra.
So when did you decided to become an entrepreneur and what hurdles did you face from your family?
Okay, so that's very interesting, right? So I graduated from IIT Delhi in '99.
So you are IITian, right?
That's right. And then I worked in TCS for a year.
Okay.
And in the year 2000, October 2000 to be precise, it was a very impulsive or impromptu decision to start something of our own. So 2000 October, me along with two of my batchmates from IIT Delhi, we started our first venture. But what that venture would be took some time for us to decide, but we made a call that we want to be on our own. And the biggest hurdle which we faced was all three of us come from middle class background.
Oh, middle.
And none of our family members were interested that we do something of our own when we could have taken a cushy job. I was actually having an offer letter for a job for US. I was waiting for my visa and then I decided to do this.
Oh.
So according to them it was probably the worst thing I could do. And initial 2 years were really extremely tough, more than the business, to manage the emotions of family, friends. And that was the toughest part. And I can share some of the very interesting episodes in terms of what we used to do to minimize that experience of our parents feeling that we are overworking and still not getting anything. So one of the things I used to do, I remember very interestingly, was we used to work really hard, almost 14-16 hours, and it used to be online always. We didn't have laptops, so I used to work on a desktop and at home most of the times over the weekends. And so while I was working, my father or mother would come towards me. What I would do is I would open a game.
So you used to open a window of game right now.
Yes, on my desktop I would open a window of game to pretend that I am not working, I am playing.
This is a different story, guys. This is a totally a different case.
Yeah, so normally during school times you would open a book to show that you are not playing. In business, in the initial
Right.
part, I would open a game to show that I'm not working.
You're
So
not
that
working.
was,
Yeah.
that I think tells about the kind of hurdles we needed to face.
Okay, that's great. So what is your aim with Digital Vidya right now for India?
Okay, so we started our journeys in 2010, right? And 2009 end actually, right? So how it had happened was, it was again, so we have been doing digital marketing since last 16 years. In our first business, which is Whizlabs, which is into IT certification preparation, accidentally we touched the power of this medium. When nothing else was working for us, I still remember it was January 18th, 2001, when we got our first sale from US through SEO, without even knowing
SEO.
what SEO was. So 16 years back, we touched SEO accidentally. And then within 2 years, we could create a global brand. We could create almost $500,000 revenue, purely online, all international. So it was extremely profitable. So from that day, we were using it across all our ventures. Till 2009, we were sharing our journey more informally with other professionals, with other entrepreneurs, with fellow batchmates. And a friend of ours suggested in 2009 that if we can do something formally, that would be really great, because
That would-
others would
yeah.
greatly benefit from our experience.
Right.
So out of passion, out of that suggestion, we started Digital Vidya, because we were anyways doing that. We never thought we would, or it would turn out to be a business for us. And when we started, we used to do 2 days social media marketing workshop, because at that point of time social media was the buzzword. And
So the workshop were free or paid?
so that was a paid workshop. January 11th 2010 was our first workshop in Noida. There were 12 people who participated.
Wow.
Yeah, Yeah, and we are in touch with everyone. Some of them are running their agencies, some of them are entrepreneurs, and so that's how we started our
So
journey.
how difficult was to have workshop? Because in India it's very difficult. The training, the concept of training is very difficult, and this paid workshopping. So how difficult was that for you?
Okay, so first workshop, I think 12 people, maybe 6 of them were within our circle or known people. Rest, 5, 6 would have come through the promotions we did through online marketing. Given social media was a buzzword, asking people to pay 12,000 rupees for a 2-day workshop was not that difficult. We had even a chief marketing officer of Intuit India who had flown
Wow.
from Bangalore to attend this workshop. So that was, very pleasing experience for us. And then we did training for the entire management team as well later. So I think social media was hot. So relatively, it was easy to do first workshop. It took us 1.5 months to get 12 people pay for that. But I think, yeah, of course, I would share our journey after that.
Oh.
But that's how we started. It was relatively easier. We thought that it would be very easy now.
Okay.
The first.
And how Digital Vidya can help entrepreneurs, professionals, and just a bloggers like me?
Okay. So, thanks. I think that's an interesting question. Given these are the 3 audience who participate in our programs: professionals, sales, marketing, HR, even IT. That would be roughly 40-50% of our participants. Then entrepreneurs across all sectors, and then small percentage of students.
Nice.
I think there is a different and significant value for each one of them. Why an entrepreneur would learn digital marketing obviously is to grow their business. And given our programs are practical, hands-on, they don't just learn, and our current programs are long-term programs. So they learn, they apply, produce results while in the program. So we have seen businesses growing while people are part of our program. So that's a value for entrepreneurs. For professionals, especially sales and marketing professionals, it's very evident for them that if they want to grow in their business, they want to grow in their career, this is a core skill they would need to acquire. So across FMCG, across IT, across media, people from sales marketing would participate in our program to acquire this skill, which is very critical. And we have seen they growing in their career significantly after acquiring this skill.
Wow.
Then is within professionals, I think maybe around 10% of our professional participants are digital marketers themselves, which, like for example, an SEO expert or a blogger who knows one area or 2 areas well, but they want to make sure that
Explore more in this
explore
business.
more, and because there is so much synergy between different channels.
Yes.
Like to improve SEO value, social media is very critical. To improve value of SEO traffic, email marketing, inbound marketing becomes critical. Web analytics is anyways a foundation.
Right.
So that's the reason why digital marketers participate in our program. Then lately we have seen students rising up or waking up to the opportunity of digital, because they are realizing that even for their first job, especially management students, could be BBA, could be MBA, even engineers, I think that's a significant component.
Yes,
So
yes.
they are adding this skill to their degree because the potential employers are asking for it. So we do programs at various academic institutions as well, including IITs and IIMs, and they confirm to us that people who were part of our program, those students got far more interview opportunities than the others who did not. So that's a great validation for us that it's adding value to their
Life,
career
right?
prospects.
Yes, yes. And as a blogger, just like me, so how I can open a training institute? Because I also want to explore this business. I don't want to be a competitor, but how I can be, how this business training model is very tough. So how I can open my own training and workshop
Very
institute?
interesting question. So one is, I think this industry is still nascent, and it's a couple of years before we can say that it has reached to certain maturity. And for the growth of the industry, like what happened in case of IT industry, that's training or creating talent is very critical. So I'm sure there is a scope for more people to come and do trainings. I think already there would be at least 100 companies in India who do various kinds of trainings. Now, one is there is an opportunity, there is a need. At the same time, if I look at our experience of last 6.5 years, we have seen from outside, it appears to others that digital marketing is so hot. people would be, you announce a training batch and it would be filled.
It's not easy.
For sure, and for various reasons. In India, as you shared, asking people to pay a significant money for a training, especially in certain regions, is not so easy.
It's very difficult, I think.
Second, I think the big challenge is to be able to sustainably do and to be able to profitably do it. Initially, like even for us, it was easy to get first few months rolling, but once we were able to leverage the low-hanging fruits, exhausted our network, word of mouth was there, but still that didn't add to fill our batches. So I think it took us at least 4 years, I would say, when we could say we broke even and we became profitable. So as long as you are passionate about this medium, you have that genuine interest to contribute to people's growth and have at least a long-term vision, I think this is an opportunity. But if you feel that within first few months you would be able to make a lot of money, people are just waiting for your training to be launched, that I can tell you is not going to happen. Probably if there are 100 companies which exist today, there are 100 companies which thought that it would be easy and then they are no more doing the trainings because they realize this.
It's not easy business, I think, right?
I think that's true for most of the trainings. Initial hot period is there. You get some entry, but to sustain it, build a real business out of training and education, I think relatively, because we've been into education 16 years, compared to services business, it's relatively tougher for sure.
Wow, it is tougher. So how Digital Vidya is fighting or surviving against the big competition in the market right now? Because I think that there are many players who are providing the same training and workshop just like Digital Vidya. So how you are surviving in the competition? Be very honest in that case.
Sure. So as you shared, the entry barrier for anything in digital marketing is low. Whether you are an individual, you want to position yourself as a digital marketer, you would say I am expert on day one. Whether you are an agency, you are the best agency on day one. You are a training company, you are the best on the day one. And from outside, because what is visible is, what all content is being covered, how many modules. So our experience is a lot of other players focus on how much content, how many modules, playing on pricing. So I think those techniques may have worked for a short period for a certain type of audience. Our belief from the very beginning has been, having done digital marketing since 2001 and knowing what really makes the difference in terms of people acquiring skills practically, we have always invested more on our product. Like if you look at the way our current product is in terms of the training, the structure, the curriculum, the assignments, the exercises, the certification partnership, the placement cell, the industry endorsement, I think that's not easy to replicate.
Right.
And 6 years into this already, having trained by now over 12,000 professionals from more than 25 countries through more than 700 digital marketing programs from more than 6,000 organizations, I think it has taken a lot of effort to reach here. And that's where I think we continue to be a leader, especially in India. And that's also the reason why we continue to focus on digital marketing education. We could get into, like a lot of people say, why only digital marketing trainings? Why not you do business analytics or something else? Right. We believe that we want to be the best in one. And that's the source of our respect in the industry, the source of our success, the source of the growth we have seen. But of course, at the same time, are we competing against the best of the US companies? We have not even currently thought about that. Being online, that's an advantage. That's a plan in terms of really going global sometime in future. But at least in India, or I would say Asia, Middle East, we are leading.
Yeah. So pricing model affects your business?
So I think in Indian context, definitely people are price sensitive, right?
They are very price sensitive. Yeah.
So people would go for a low price even if it is low value.
Yes.
But fortunately, given the kind of people whom we are targeting, right, professionals, entrepreneurs, and even digital marketers, then they have realized, because I think significant percentage of our participants is word of mouth.
Word of
right?
mouth.
So then pricing doesn't become the first reason for them to make their decision. And if a professional is working in an organization, then they would of course give importance to pricing. E-commerce is further making pricing as one of the influencers. But fortunately, given the value of the training, the industry endorsement, the certification, the connection, I think we have been able to win their trust more on these things than giving them some discounts, which we discourage.
Yes. So discount is the main thing that can work with Indian audience, do you think?
But I think short term it works, believe me.
Short term.
Because what happens is, if you have low price, if you give too much discount, then you won't invest in your product.
So you will decrease the value of.
You decrease the value, you have lesser to invest in product.
Yes, exactly.
So I think if you are profitable, you charge. So our philosophy from the very beginning has been, we charge premium and invest so that your product is becoming even stronger.
More stronger, right?
Yeah. So we want to be the Mercedes of digital marketing, and that has been the positioning since beginning.
Right. So I've shown you my product right now, Schema Ninja. So did you like the idea, the concept of Schema Ninja? So what are your thoughts about Schema Ninja? So my audience, the launch date has to be announced soon. So what's your thought about the Schema Ninja?
Okay, so for the audience, let me just share. So schema is an aspect of search result which can significantly help you improve your traffic through SEO. You may get lower ranking, but if you use schema like rating, reviews, you can get higher clicks and thus more traffic. And that's a very, very interesting area of SEO. We actively use it for us. Right. And we have seen that it's complex, though it's actually not, but for people to understand what all schemas are, how do you code about it, how do you create content about it. So I think it's relatively complex. So what your product is doing is making it simple. And the other component about being able to create recommendation. So I think that's very interesting.
It's not a schema. The product is, people are thinking that it's only a schema. It's not. I've shown you another different feature which is totally different from schema. So did you like that feature?
So it's not just about schema. So you simplify schema and then add that recommendation part, which makes it even more valuable. Yeah. So definitely we are looking forward to even use it for our blog.
So Digital Vidya will be using it on our own blog also.
And all the best. I think it has a lot of value.
Yeah, thank you. And one last question, that what is your so what message you want to give to my readers for Digital Vidya if they want to grow into digital marketing? So what will be your message to them right now for newbies or who want to grow in this digital marketing sector right now?
Sure. So one is, digital marketing is already hot and going to become bigger. Yes. There is no doubt about that. There are ample opportunities, whether you want to be a professional, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to run a digital marketing agency, you may want to even start digital marketing training. What is very, very important and key, which will be key to your success, is how practical you are in terms of knowing this industry and how eager you are to continuously learn. It's not if you have learned everything practically and then it's over. So one is, you need to focus on staying hands-on, learning it practically, and be willing and be interested to be a student of this industry every day. Even if you have learned everything. Right. I think if you have that attitude, you will grow with the industry, which is going to grow exponentially.
So thanks, Pradeep, for this interview, and I hope you enjoy interviewing with me right now. Absolutely. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for.
Really, you are doing awesome job, and you are one of the few bloggers who I can say have made a mark by doing blogging, and I think that's an inspiration for a lot of our.
Blogging has changed my life, so it's a guys. So you just have to keep hustle in that case.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you've been fulfilling your passion day in, day out. I think that's a passion someone, if has in digital marketing, there is no end.
There's no end for them. So thank you, Pradeep, for sharing insights about digital marketing and your Digital Vidya brand. So thank you for this, and I hope you enjoy this interview, man.
Absolutely. Thank you to you as well. Thanks, Jitendra.
Thank you.